Morning everybody, welcome back to MMA with Jay. It's foggy this morning, really foggy. I'm just out for a walk and I'm just going to recap a little bit of the UFC fight night last night from Rio de Janeiro. What a fight. I mean, I'm not surprised, but Charles Oliveira just never ceases to amaze, does he? He literally come back off a knockout loss against Ilia Topuria, a nasty knockout loss not too long ago, and he's come back and he's destroyed Gamrot. And Gamrot took that fight on 3 weeks notice, so he had to change opponent, change style, and he just put it on him. The pressure that Charles put on is just unbelievable. He's so dominant when he's on that front foot, and he's just keep kicking to the center, and then when he gets it down to the ground, he's just an absolute nightmare to deal with. First round he could have ended it, got his back after getting taken down by Gamrot, and they were stuck in that position for a while. Charles had his leg locked and he had his arm trying to move to a potential armbar, but they were kind of stagnant for a little bit, and then Charles managed to reverse, get his back, nearly choked him out in the first round, and then the second round he just came out with it like a man on a mission. Just so much pressure that that Gamrot just couldn't deal with. He didn't know. He was taking a few shots. He was getting a few shots off, and you're always nervous because Charles, he's susceptible to getting hit. He's susceptible to getting clipped, and you never know. Just that one time he gets clipped and gets hurt, and then that could be done. But at home in Brazil, there was just no stopping him whatsoever. And you know, he got the finish, wrapped him up and finished him off, and the show was over. Charles Oliveira jumped the cage straight into the crowd. He's a massive star. He's carrying the Brazilian flag for Brazilian fighters, no doubt about it. The crowd was going absolutely wild. I've not heard a crowd like that for a long time. They were banging the seats, they were shouting, and imagine being Charles Oliveira there in your home country, having a win like that and just feeling that kind of love. It's just something so special. And then he calls out Max Holloway for the BMF title. Sign me up. I'm all for it. I'm out for a walk. I had to get out the house after that finish. I was just like, whoa, unbelievable. And Max has come back on social media and said, sign him up. He's got an injured hand. He's recovering from an injured hand, but I think that fight will get made. It does leave the question though, is what's going to happen with Paddy Pimblett, because Paddy, it looks like he's almost left out in the cold. There was all that commotion prior when Topuria beat Charles, that was the fight to make, and they were going to make that fight, and you know, Paddy came in. You're not going to do nothing, lad. You're not going to do nothing. You're the worm. But, you know, it's kind of died off, and then it looks like the UFC are pushing for Gaethje versus Topuria on that first Paramount card in January. So we'll have to see if Max fights Oliveira and Justin fights Topuria. Who's Paddy going to fight? You know, Arman's already got a fight against Dan Hooker, which is a great fight. Paddy looks like he's left out on the sidelines here because there's no one else for him to really fight. He's just beat Chandler in unbelievable fashion. So we'll have to see. But yeah, what a great card. Peace.